Hello, welcome to Game of Plays Wolfenstein 3D. Let's just complain about the mic for a bit. Well, you know if I've been complaining about the mic before, but this time it's just a comment on how the sound works in the mic. So, I use this noise canceling studio thing that I had to just rig getting something compatible with, shoving it into the USB port. Now, there's a lot of noise in the house, mainly, when there's air conditioning, cleaning of stuff, and that all gets caught by the noise canceller and comes out as I think it comes out as a slight whistle. I think sometimes it may be able to just make it not be as present, but sometimes it's more present than not, which is weird, given that I'm testing this stuff and not really hearing it come through during, recording until it actually shows up. Unless I hear certain things that are a little too loud, but that's if they reverberate throughout the house. Here come the Nazis! They're coming. This guy is behind the well, the mutant. You can only shoot him behind the well, so you're gonna have to wait for him and do it shooting gallery style, like that one in the NES game where you shoot the silhouette of the cowboy burglar, whatever the fuck that is, with the NES zapper. Remember this NES zapper thing, or just I don't know. I only knew about 2 games that I used the NES zapper on. I didn't have shit with the Super Scope, not even Yoshi's Safari, so I don't know. Maybe just definitely unnecessary to me, even as a kid. Also, try emulating the NES zapper and tell me how that works out for you. That's what I thought. You'd have to get a special kind of TV and assume it takes the analog signals like the gun does as you're emulating it. So, next time you think of emulate Duck Hunt, really think about it. Really. No. Seriously. That's just going to be a problem if I ever do other projects involving motion controls, really. With the exception of, New Super Mario Bros., even though you do this little thing with a shake where you jump. Because that's not a big deal. But for most other things where the motion control is kind of part of it, it's how do I know how I'm doing it? It's you'd have to, see a visual camera with my hands on the nunchaku, you know what I'm saying? Oh, fun fact about this level, it's one giant swastika. Yep. And then all the branches have doors in them. So that's rather silly. This is probably one of the easier levels due to the amount of space it's given me. But that doesn't mean it's a slouch, it just means it's easy to comprehend. Like much of the insignia and sigils and shit. It's just yeah, guess what, we're evil. How'd you know? Because we made our whole house look like our dedication. It's okay, I don't make my house a GW. The fuck you doing? We don't know, it's symmetrical and shit. Yeah, okay, I mean, there is that. There is the symmetry when you're not going in these side rooms, which is all of them. Hey, how dare you? You son of a bitch. Ah. Well, interestingly for you, there's some dude in the brick wall. Doopa-da-poop, super fighting Nazi robot. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Mega Manji. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that one, I had to do a title drop for that one, because that's kind of funny. A little bit. Especially if you know what I'm referring to, when it's not just a swastika, but just how that was used before being known as how it is now. Like in Buddhism. You know that whole story, don't you? It's one of the things it's one of those things you should probably know about. Even if you don't understand the history behind it. Not that you should be just showing it around to people, but just that, history can be a weird and fickle beast. Huh, huh. Same with language, which is why I wonder if these videos will be understood 2,000 years from now. I don't know. But luckily, when it comes in terms of all fiction and art, it doesn't matter how it sounds at the end of the day. All that matters is the time you spend with it, I suppose. Not that it has to be a lengthy amount of time, it just has to be an appropriate amount of time. Key by the well! Thanks, Lassie, for leaving that key, instead of saving Timmy. I think that might be why you were a secret German Shepherd this whole time. and not the collie like I thought you were. You lied to me. Damn liars and their lies. No liars ever not said a lie to me. Reliably. Their liability that way. Whoa, going up to the up-down of the same of the place, and you better get the keys, or you're not going to be able to get everywhere you want to. You know what keys work? Oh my god, it's everything! Hey guys, how's everything? Did I tell you about the everything bagel? It's got everything on it. No lies here. ... I don't know. False advertising. Yeah. Speaking of advertising, a lot of these DOS games have like advertising things in like their menus where it's just like, order now and get this stuff, and also check out these games. There's also like special files that were just like big text dumps of the current library that the company had. Those are fun too. I just like the old ASCII art that would have been also present on a BBS or something, because that's where you'd get a lot of these games too. That's how they spread around, you know, in the pre-World Wide Web days. It's just a bunch of phone callers with computers connect to each other. So, which is kind of funny, given that the phone company seems to try to do the internet again in the internet company's stead once again. So it all comes back to the damn phone companies. Just think to the masses of communication, of people of over people. You know, that's the original social media, is just the fucking phone. Or, like, passenger pigeons with carrier pigeons. Assuming we didn't shoot all the carrier pigeons, too. Shit. Carrier pigeon mail. Who does that? It's not gonna be like snail mail. At least you're not putting an envelope onto a snail. I don't even call it that, then. It's mail. Like, you ever retroactively call something something else because of a concept that hasn't been communicated before? Because that's how retro gaming came about. It was still gaming, you fool. Anyway, yeah. I think people get the wrong idea of how old games are when they call it retro gaming, no? Not in terms of aesthetic, because you can figure that out for yourself. That actually doesn't matter that much as you might think. But the actual design and intent of the game, where it's not trying to fucking bust your balls or preclude certain things from happening, or even be a gate. Whereas then the only gate for games like this is just understanding how to run them. You know, if you don't know how to read the language of the book, you don't consider that a gate. You think to yourself, I'll take a course in reading books. Well, it's the same way with DOS games. You take a course in computers. And yes, they have a thing they call retro computing now, by the fucking way. That doesn't sound stupid at all. When really, that'd just be like, how much space does your programming language have? You don't even need to call it retro computing. It's just, how many resources are you using? That's not what makes it retro, does it? If you want real retro computing, you do it in your own head. No, really. Computers were never what computing was. This is a device that represents it. Much like a lot of devices are like the extension of ourselves. Like, you know, the laundry machine is not the launderer, you get it? You know, the machine is not the role. Okay, that ends my rant for that. It's not just because I'm old either. I mean, technically in a way, I am, but soon will everyone else be. What I mean is that, you know, try not to forget what happens in time, and just extract the good and sift out the bad. But don't forget the bad, because otherwise you won't know how to sift it anymore. That's kind of what I'm doing here. So that you don't have to. If it's too tedious for you, don't play it, just watch it. And then, like, listen to me talk about stupid shit. Like this! Like this guy hanging from the sky. That's how that works, yeah? Seriously, I think I might be outside. It's the outside swastika with ceiling lamps attached to nothing. Just like how Spider-Man swings around. Attached to nothing! Hey, did you leave that one up there? I'm gonna save it for when I get screwed over by you bejesuses. Oh yeah, that's a perfect game to ran over though, really though. It really is. It really is. Consider some other stuff I've been doing where it's just like, there's like a moment to reflect on every few seconds. Like, just to take it all in. Where it's so good, I have to struggle to say everything I want about it. Not so here. Yeah, I have my tactics, but, you know, tactics are going to be same all over. Really. Except when we introduce a new enemy or boss. There is that. Yay, I did it for the ammo, even though I totally didn't have to. Whoa. Come with me, listen to this fucking music again. And through this door, you can see that you're at the end of the level. You know what the end of the level is, boys and girls. Yeah. Alright. There's already a game at this position. Yay. Good thing I overwrote it with my overwriting skills. Ooh, all the secrets. Not that that was that hard to do. They were just kind of where they cards fall, where they be may. And where there be may, there be may doomsday. See you.